What's going on, YouTube family? Back at you guys again with another video. Today's video, as you guys know, we're heading into the end of the year, end of 2019, into the new decade of, starting the year 2020. And I get asked this question quite often, is Amazon still a viable business model? Which business model should I pursue on Amazon? Is Amazon too saturated? Is there too much competition? Should I be selling in United States, Canada, UK, Mexico? What approach should I take to selling on Amazon in the future? So as you guys can see from the title of the video, it's titled, Can You Still Make Money on Amazon in 2020? Is Amazon still a viable business model in 2020? And my personal answer is absolutely. Now, I'm not going to make one of these videos where I just tell you, yeah, Amazon's the best, definitely sell on Amazon. I'm going to give you tactical reasons why I think Amazon is going to be a great business model going forward. I'm going to tell you which business models myself that I am going to be pursuing in the future, which ones I see that are going to weed off, and which ones that I think that if you get in now, start building up your business and e-commerce, which business models that you guys can navigate to really build an awesome business. So to first start off with, guys, there's 4 different business models. There's retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, which are kind of the same thing. One's just actually physically going into stores and shopping. The other is just shopping online. Next is going to be wholesale, where you guys are buying, name brand products like GoPro or just name brand products every day, Fruit of the Loom, socks. Everything that's name brand that you could purchase at Walmart or any other stores, you guys go and buy from either the brands themselves. So maybe you're working with Fruit of the Loom themselves, you're ordering direct. Or what most brands do is they use distributors, right? And what they do is they sell their products to distributors, and then distributors sell the brand's products to people like myself, retailers, third-party sellers, at a wholesale discount price. And that's kind of how the wholesale business model works. And last but not least, there is also private label, where maybe this tape dispenser is selling extremely well on Amazon, and you want to go over to China or wherever you're going to get this tape dispenser made. You're going to put your own logo on it, and you're going to brand it as your own, and then we're going to go on and sell it on Amazon or whatever platforms online. Now, going into 2020, myself personally, these past 3 years, I've done private label, a little bit of wholesale, got more into wholesale this year, and a lot of retail arbitrage as well. I've tried online arbitrage. I'm personally not good at it. I know people are really good at it, but there's just a lot of moving parts. You got to get good at finding discount codes, buying discount gift cards, and finding ways to get products cheaper than others. That's how you really win at online arbitrage. But going forward into 2020, I'm starting to see kind of like a major shift in, the business. My business is making a complete shift. I'm cutting out 100% of retail arbitrage. My last RA shipment went in today. That is it. I'm no longer going to be going to the stores for the most part, unless there's a super hot item I know I can go out and find a bunch of. I'm just not wasting my time going out to stores, finding products to sell. Can you make great money? Yes, you can. You can make a ton of money doing. I know people that sell millions of dollars a year on Amazon just doing retail arbitrage. But for me personally, my business model going forward is going to be wholesale and private label, heavy private label, and getting into heavy wholesale. Reason being is it's just more scalable. Private label, you can order that once you get it launched up and running, you can reorder and continue to sell that same product. Wholesale, you can find products that are profitable and can continue to reorder them every single month and sell them every single month, every single day, and make a profit. Whereas with retail arbitrage, you might be buying 5 of this item, 4 of that item, 1 of this item, and you're just doing one-off cherry picking items, right? And the problem with this is it's kind of hard to be consistent. It's hard to grow and scale, especially if you're a one-man team, when you don't have that consistent inventory coming in. You might find a hot product and you might get 20 of them, but next month you might not find a product like that and you might not get 20 of them. So it becomes inconsistent. I've made a lot of money doing retail arbitrage, don't get me wrong, but some things with it, it's just hard to scale. If you really want to scale to the 7-figure level in sales, you have to go out there and build a team. You have to hire preppers. and just stuff like that. Whereas with wholesale, it becomes a lot easier when the product's coming to you and you don't have to spend your whole day going out shopping, bringing it back. You know, it's a pain taking the sticker off with the price tag off of the products from discount stores or retail stores, and then you have to label it. Whereas wholesale, product comes in, print the labels out, label it up, package back up, and it's out the door, right? Whereas, you know, private label as well, I have my suppliers ship my products directly to Amazon. I only order it to my house, you know, once or twice, make sure the quality control is there, just to, if I'm working with a new supplier. Then after that, I just have my suppliers ship it directly to Amazon. So I'm not even touching the products. I'm just managing the listing, managing my PPC campaigns, and just managing that back end stuff when it comes to private label. So as you guys can see, when you're ordering 100 of a product wholesale, or you have 500 units selling a month of a private label product, you know, it's kind of hard to go out there with retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and find 500 different items to sell at a profit and make money. You know, with retail arbitrage and online arbitrage, it's getting extremely competitive. If I told you it's not, it's definitely not what it used to be. You know, if I told you it was, I'd be lying. Stuff is getting extremely competitive out there. If you guys haven't noticed, you go to Walmart, you go to some of these stores, and you send a product in, and before you know it, there's 20 other sellers on the listing just tanking the price. Which has made me have to get a lot more cautious with the stuff I'm buying, how deep I'm going. I kind of want to make a video of just products that I've bought with retail arbitrage and just show you the keeper graph, how it goes from selling, let's say it's selling for 80 bucks, and all of a sudden, that's when you know it goes down to like 50, 45 bucks. Tank the price, you know, 30, 40%. That's when you know that people are getting it through RA. But yeah, going forward, I think, you know, if you really want to build a sustainable business, I think you should either go with wholesale, private label, or both. I'm doing both now. I started with private label before I got into wholesale, but this year I did some experimenting with wholesale, and it's a great business model. I made some good money doing it with very little, not saying it took little work, but the amount I made with wholesale this year and the hours I put into, you know, ordering the products, finding the suppliers, getting the products, and shipping it out compared to retail arbitrage, it was about the same amount of profit, and I put in maybe 1/10 of the time doing wholesale. So that's just kind of how much more scalable it is. Private label, awesome. You guys have to think, if you're going into 2020, you know, retail arbitrage is super hot online right now. You know, you see these videos getting thousands of views. Tons of people are talking about retail arbitrage. You have to think, what's the lowest barrier to entry business model on Amazon and e-commerce in general? It's retail arbitrage. Anyone can go out to a store, find a product, and flip it on Amazon, okay? Anyone can. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. It doesn't take any knowledge of basic. If you know how to do simple math, you can do retail arbitrage. Okay, and that's why it's getting so competitive. It's getting super popular. People are out there I run into people shopping all the time selling RA. When I first started, I'd rarely see people at the stores. Now, every day I see at least one person out there doing retail arbitrage. And half the time, a lot of them don't even know what they're doing, which causes them to tank prices and just a bunch of stuff that comes along with retail arbitrage. Whereas, you know, higher barrier to entry business models like wholesale, you actually have to get an established business, an LLC, a corporation. You have to get resale certificate, you have to get EIN numbers, you have to get all this different stuff with wholesale, so it creates that barrier to entry that's a lot higher, whereas with retail arbitrage, I can go out tomorrow and start. I don't have to form an actual business. I don't have to get all this information and register all these different things with the state. I can just go out and start selling. Also, it becomes harder to, you know, go out and, you know, it's harder to find distributors to sell products. You know, most people after one distributor, they don't find any products, they quit. You know, negotiating discounts with wholesale suppliers, distributors. There's just so many different ways that you can differentiate yourself from the other sellers out there that are doing retail arbitrage, that it becomes less competitive, more profitable, and it's just a lot easier to scale. Same with private label. There's a lot of people that try to do private label, but go look at products and then start scrolling to the further pages of product listings that aren't selling. 95% of these private label sellers have no idea what they're doing. They try to take the pictures themselves, they try to do the listings themselves, they try to do everything themselves, and just go look at their listings. It's complete trash, it's garbage. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know enhanced brand content. They don't know how to do PPC. They don't know any of this stuff. They're just throwing together a listing, you know, watching YouTube videos, hoping that their private label sells. So if you actually know what you're doing, you know markets to get into, you know products to look for, you know how to launch a product, you know how to optimize your listing, you know how to get great pictures, you know how to create lifestyle videos for your products, you know how to create enhanced brand content for your products. There's more programs coming out for private label sellers within Amazon themselves. There's a bunch of new review programs where you can get a lot of views quickly if you have brand registry. There's things where you can get your trademark in 2 weeks. It usually take 8 to 10 months. So Amazon's really starting to implement a lot of things that really benefit private label sellers, which is going to be awesome in the future. So if you know what you're doing, you have a set plan, you know exactly what you need to do with private label, what you need to look for, how you're going to launch your product, and just knowing the numbers, that can really, you know, set you apart from all the other, you know, people trying to do private label that say everything's on YouTube. But to be honest with you guys, if you're gonna try and do everything just from YouTube and you don't really, it's your first time, you're probably gonna fail. I'm just being honest. You know, 1 out of 20 people will hit it, right? But whereas if someone going in with a game plan, has someone they can ask questions to with private label, you know, some of these courses out there, when I was first starting, I bought a few courses. And I would just send these gurus products, right? And I'd say, hey, what do you think of this product? And every time, it could be the crappiest product. They're like, oh man, it looks great. Go ahead and launch that product. It looks awesome. You're gonna do great. When I knew that the product was crap. Some of these products that the gurus will tell you that you can sell aren't even allowed to be sold on Amazon. Okay, so knowing which products are allowed to be sold on Amazon, knowing which products are actually good markets to get into. You know, there's just a bunch of different things that go into private label that most people don't even think about, that can get you in trouble, get your listing taken down. So you have to be very cautious, especially if it's your only, let's say $3,000, $4,000 you're investing into your first product. If that's all the money you guys have to take your time and make sure you know exactly what you're doing. What product are you getting into? What does the market look like? How am I gonna launch this product efficiently? What can I save on costs with? You know, am I gonna run deals? Am I going to do coupons? How am I going to launch my PPC campaigns? How am I going to optimize my PPC campaigns? Just when you're on a budget, you have to really know where your money is going to be spent the best. So that's just important to know. Don't rush into private label. Take your time, find your first product, really actually go into it thinking of it as a business. The mistake I made when I first started private label was that I was scared of missing out, guys. I wanted to find a product. I wanted to get it up and running. I took shortcuts. I didn't focus on brand. I just slapped the logo on it and did the whole thing, which really makes people fail. Yet I still started selling, but now that I think about it, what I know now, if I would have implemented the tactics I'm using now when I first started and took my time, I could be a lot farther ahead because I just rushed everything. The first product I found, I launched. Now I have 30, 40, 50 products on a list that I could potentially launch. And then I go down, I look at the numbers, I look at the past 180 days of this product, I look at the product market, the competition, price points, profit margin. You know, there's just a lot of things that go into it. There's a lot of research, analytical research that you guys need to be doing before actually choosing that first product. But going into 2020, I think wholesale, private label are going to be the best business models for you guys to start getting into. Again, if you're low on money, I think the best barrier to entry, you know, just entry-level business model for Amazon, retail arbitrage, get your feet wet, learn how to use Amazon's platform, start selling, get some, you know, experience under your belt, venture out into wholesale, private label. But ultimately, if you want to scale this to an actual business long-term, wholesale private label is going to be the route that I believe you guys personally choose. If you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I do tons of Amazon content on this channel, so if you're new, definitely make sure you guys follow, hit that bell notification so you can be notified when I post. I'm going to be posting a ton of awesome stuff coming. I'm currently in the process of hiring a videographer, so I can hopefully put out at least 5 videos a week for you guys minimum. Just film myself, shoot it off to the editor, get the video sent back, good to go, because editing is the most time-consuming part of this whole YouTube thing. Putting out videos for you guys, it takes forever. I suck at it, so I figure I might as well just hire someone to do it for me. But again, guys, new to the channel, got a Facebook group, link in the description. Awesome group, tons of awesome sellers in there, great for beginners, looking to ask questions to some more advanced sellers. So make sure you click the link, get in there. See you guys on the next video.